Ahem. Let me tell you three things, Johnny. You can never be too rich, too thin, or too armed. Hello and welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Virus. It is Aware. This is the show in which we play Virus. It is Aware. Ooh. This is a PS1 title released June 1999 exclusively in PAL territories, Europe, et al. Exclusively for that Sony PlayStation, as developed and published by Cryo Interactive. Our friends and yours.
Yes.
I think this is only our second Cryo Interactive full playthrough on the channel.
Yes.
Previously, we went and did Aeon Flux. I'm sorry, I mean Pax Corpus, also for the PlayStation 1, which was... how do I say it diplomatically? Shit. So,
Yeah.
high expectations going into this one, and obviously just knowing the extent of their catalog, bad game connoisseurs that we are. Let me ask you, Johnny, what's your familiarity with Virus? It is Aware.
The video game, nothing. I had not heard of this. I had to look up footage for this. I did not even put two and two together. This was based on the same comic book that movie is based on. Just completely went over my head. I'm going to call out that movie quote, by the way. I think rich, thin, and arms. I think you can have too many of those. Honestly. All three, I think, is bad. I think there's a limit.
There's always, excesses. This movie that this is a tie-in to ostensibly being a comic book adaptation from 1999. I watched it last night to prepare for the game tonight. And then I realized that the movie has basically nothing to do with the game. They have completely divergent plots. They take place at two different points in time, different cast of characters. Same general core premise running through it. So don't worry if you haven't seen the movie, folks. You won't get it spoiled. And we'll talk about the movie in just a little bit during the little pre-game segment. I got a few slides at the ready. I will say that I didn't hate that movie. I'm not looking forward to this game because I played a little bit of it, and it's rough. We're gonna see, could this be worse than Pax Corpus, even with the benefit of 2 years extra time cooking? If I recall correctly, Pax Corpus was a 1997 release.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Time will tell, but nothing left to tell except for tall tales. Over on the main stage, where we will go ahead and pop up. Hello.
Yeah. I also mentioned anytime I've been thinking about this game leading up to this playthrough, Weird Al Yankovic's Virus Alert, the chorus just plays in my head. Virus Alert.
Delete immediately before someone gets hurt. I didn't know if I had that in me. I didn't know if I still had that rolling around in the back of my head, and it turns out I do. Well, let's take a look at this, the cover and a page, a sample of Virus, the 1992 comic book, a 4-part comic, released across 4 issues, that is. This was drawn by Canadian artist Howard Cobb, not familiar with his work, and written by Chuck Farrer, who had previously written a comic book sequel to John Carpenter's The Thing, which is relevant because the comic book lifts a lot from that. It lifts a lot from a lot of things. This is a derivative most type of story. It's about so basically there are aliens, right? And they decide to invade Earth the only way they're capable of doing, which is through our technology. So they beam down from space into the computers on board a Chinese Navy research vessel, take over the crew, start to inhabit their bodies in the ways that a virus would. But, you know, the twist is that to them, we're the virus. Humanity is the virus. Really makes you think who the real virus was all along. Anyway, the crew all get killed, and the boat goes derelict. And then a salvage boat with our main characters finds said boat, they start getting uh, killed off systematically until your last two surviving characters figure out a way to nuke the boat, nuke the site from orbit, and get away with their lives. I read a few pages of this. I didn't bother reading all 4 issues for this. It seems fine. The art doesn't do it for me. In Chuck Ferrer, he's written some stuff I have liked outside of comic books, which I believe these were his only 2 comic books, were Virus and The Thing from Another World. I'm familiar with his work on 1990's Darkman, starring Liam Neeson, directed by Sam Raimi, a banger. He also wrote Hard Target, John Woo's Hard Target. 1996's Barb Wire with fucking Pam Anderson, if I'm to recall correctly. Or
yeah, that was her big movie thing, yeah.
And that's just like Die Hard with Pam Anderson, right? If I'm to recall correctly. And then a personal favorite.
I've never seen it.
A personal favorite of mine, the 1997 The Jackal, a sort of remake, loose take on The Day of the Jackal, which is an all-time banger movie about assassinations. And there's also a banger series going on right now. A prestige television series adaptation. But for my money, Bruce Willis as the Jackal. He wears so many goofy-ass disguises in the course of that movie. And one of his like goofy ass disguises is he gets totally twinked up and goes to a gay bar and is just like macking on this guy, and oh my god, it's the best. If you ever wanted to see twink Bruce Willis, twunk, I guess.
I've only seen the scene with Jack Black.
Oh yeah, the automated the drone weapon scene.
I just wanted to say that because that's just a funny sentence to say to people who don't know that film.
But yeah,
Jack Black's in it.
I would say definitely check out that movie. It is a fun time. And speaking of movies that you should check out, consider checking out 1999's Virus, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, William Baldwin, who is certainly one of the Baldwin brothers of all time, and fucking Donald Sutherland. Oh my god, the GOAT. Oh, he plays a drunk sea captain, and it's the role he was born to play.
Yeah. I saw this in a movie Discord night and then found out recently, this was not a well-liked movie. I was surprised, honestly.
Now,
it was fun.
You didn't remember you saw this movie, from what I recall.
Okay, so my reasoning is because I don't really associate the name with its story.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
fair.
like, it's not really about a virus. It's more like the concept of a virus. So, and again, with the visuals of this game and looking that up, it didn't click immediately, and then I saw the poster, and I was like, okay, no, I remember this.
It's great because you picked this game for our list of PlayStation sci-fi from PlayStation's past. We did a Patreon poll. We should have mentioned that at the top. We should have mentioned this at the top of the show. This was a patron-selected game, a patron-voted-for game. We put up a selection of PlayStation 1 games that presumed to tell the future. And whether this game actually takes place in the future or not is debatable. The movie takes place contemporaneously to 1999, or at least like close enough to there. I think this game takes place in the future. It certainly has some sci-fi elements to its world design and so forth. So we're getting away with it. We're getting away with it on this one.
Yeah.
I should mention this movie came out January 15th, 1999, directed by one John Bruno, who was not really a director. He was more like a visual effects guy. He did some of the VFX for James Cameron movies, including The Abyss and T2. He actually did direct T2 3D Battle Across Time. That's the Universal Studios. You would go into a studio, you'd go into a movie theater on the amusement park, in the theme park, and you'd stand and watch a 3D, 4D experience. You'd be surrounded on all sides by animatronic Terminators the entire time you're watching it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick. I think they just recently, finally ended the run of that movie, but a good time. Good VFX, I would assume. And so, by the time this movie comes around, by the time he works on Virus, he's working on another movie with James Cameron, a little movie by the name of Titanic. And you know what he does? He drops out of working on Titanic to direct this. Clearly the right call.
Honestly,
Yeah.
baller move. Yeah.
So this movie was a commercial flop. It grossed a grand total of $30 million against a $75 million production budget. And, you know, they always say that you double the production budget. So, like, you can assume this movie probably cost somewhere in the neighborhood of like $150 million if you take marketing into account, another $75 million worth of marketing. Jamie Lee Curtis herself, the main actress in this movie, has gone on to completely disown this movie, calling it the worst movie she's ever been in. Little did she know she would be in Borderlands later. Little did she know she would be in Halloween H2O. That's the one where she gets killed in the first 10 minutes, right? If I remember my Halloweens correctly.
I'd have to ask. I know I have a friend who's a big horror movie buff, and there's certain Halloween films that they will rant about for a while. So I'll check in with them.
I do have a quote from an IGN interview conducted with Jamie Lee Curtis in and around 2003, where she goes off on this movie. She's recalling a story that gives her an excuse, that gives her a reason to bring up and to shit on Virus. So I'll just quote from Jamie Lee Curtis here. Rob Reiner, for his 40th birthday, had a bad show business party where everyone brought show business clips. Robs was playing a hippie on Gomer Pyle, USMC, singing Blowin' in the Wind. Virus is so bad that it's shocking. That would be the all-time piece of shit. It's just dreadful. That's the only good reason to be in bad movies. Then when your friends have bad movies, you can say, I've got the best one. I'm bringing Virus. I think she's being a little too hard on this movie. It is just...
Yeah.
It's Alien. It's Thing. You know, it's more Alien than it is The Thing in movie form, I'd say. There's some decent special effects in it. You know, the animatronics, the robots walking around, the half-human, half-robot hybrid combinations are fun.
The body horror stuff is fun.
It's schlock, but I don't know. It's like a solid 3 out of 5. I'd watch this again if held at gunpoint.
I'd rather watch it than Titanic, I could tell you that for free.
It's certainly a shorter time. Certainly a breezier watch. So yeah, movie tie-in game. This was the era of it. I'm sure Cryo picks up the license during the movie's production, during development of the movie, during filming of the movie, is unaware of the fact it is destined to be a flop. Perhaps the game comes out much later in the year, presumably, like a few months later. So they have the benefit of 4 or 5 months time between January and June or July to be like, oh, we can just sort of half-ass this one. We can sort of just phone the rest of this in. I mean, who's to say? Cryo is so strange. Their output is so uneven. Their good stuff is pretty good, like their Dune RTS, that is like sort of their flagship product, and then you get the likes of like Pax Corpus or what have you, where you're never sure if they're putting their best foot forward or if they are just phoning it in. And that's kind of the beauty of it, is that, you know, is this the product of effort or is this the product of the opposite of effort? And you'll never know. Well, we will never know. We can maybe try to discern it. We can maybe try to divine it over the course of our playthrough. But about the game, we should mention, I did find another bit of snippet here. This is about the only story of development I could find, the only insight into the game's development that I could glean. This is from official UK PlayStation Magazine, issue 48. This would be their August 1999 issue. I have that here. I think it's safe to link to this one on archive.org. I don't think official UK PlayStation Magazine is gonna bust down Wayback Machine's doors, or is gonna bust down the Internet Archive for this one.
They wouldn't. Future Publishing, on the other hand.
Oh, is this Future Publishing? Ooh, yeah. Well, maybe pretend.
We'll see. We'll see. I believe they're nowadays there's like a 20+ year like lax law kind of thing. So I think this one's in the clear.
With any luck, I don't want to get Archive in trouble. I don't want to get Internet Archive in trouble.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a snippet here from their review of the game, a 4 out of 10 scoring review, by the way, where they mention that Virus is based on the film starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Billy Baldwin in the Dark Horse comic book. Joan is the same character as Kit, Curtis, with Sutter representing Steve, Baldwin. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true. I think they're facsimiles. they're definitely not the same characters. It's not the same story, so... While the basic scenario is the same, the game strays from the film's locations, as Cryo felt that a game set entirely on a boat would be too limited. and so they
No,
endeavor to
no,
instead set it
no,
in a
no, no.
hotel.
Oh, sorry. I got too unlimited there for a minute.
So I don't know where they got this info from. I don't know where they got this developer insight from. Yeah, think about setting an entire survival horror game or any sort of game just aboard a boat. Clearly, that would never work out.
Yeah.
Not like
Capcom said when I took that personally.
we're gonna make every Resident Evil spin-off take place on a boat from here
Yes.
until the heat death of the universe. Gaiden, Dead Aim, Revelations, et al.
Revelations, yeah, half the game, yeah.
And then there's even like a extended set piece in Resident Evil 7. I'm just remembering now.
7, yeah.
Who'd have thunk? And Edward 21S pointing out Cold Fear. Yeah, that's another future candidate for the show potentially. At least it's one I want an excuse to play, and that seems like as good an excuse as any.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, so critics were not kind to this game,
Yeah.
I will say. This has had some of the lowest scores I found, a lot of mostly 4s out of 10s. Like, when the best reviews you can find are German magazines giving it like 42 out of 100, as is the case in Video Games Germany. That's rarely a good sign. Do I actually have a translation for this? I can come up with one real quick. I couldn't tell you the name of this reviewer. This is an offline review. This is in a magazine. I don't have the magazine scan in front of me right now, but I can read this snippet here from this 42% scoring review, which reads, "Wow, I'm so excited. No, not because Virus is so captivating, but rather because I know perfectly well that I'll be defenseless again at my next encounter with an enemy. Joan just won't cooperate thanks to the awful controls. Shaking off a group of pursuers or even aiming at them is virtually impossible without risking a hit. Hey, Cryo, ever heard of a quick turn? The graphics, sound, and music aren't even worth mentioning. To top it all off, long loading times and unskippable dialogues further spoil this otherwise enjoyable horror experience." It's otherwise enjoyable? What is that? Anyway.
I guess, well, we'll see. It sounds like they're kind of saying that the ineffectual combat made the game scarier to them in a way, which I hate that argument personally. But we'll see how the final game holds up with that. Yeah.
I am Headful asked, did you write this? 9. I should also mention that official PlayStation Magazine UK interview, in their 4 out of 10 scoring review, there is a line that mentions, "There's no sidestep or roll, no strafing of any kind, no sniper mode, no aiming up or down," speaking to the controls. I know for a fact they're wrong. There is strafing in this game.
Of course.
They don't spell it out in the game. I tried to find the instruction manual for this game to see if they mentioned there, but I couldn't find a scan for the instruction manual, unfortunately. But I can tell you that the in-game control screen is severely lacking. Does not tell you the functions of half the buttons on your controller that have functions, which is wild.
And I could see if they got a review copy, might not have come with a manual, honestly.
Perhaps. Official UK PlayStation Magazine goes on to say, "Guns, monsters, tasers. So how come it's such a turnoff? Because it's badly designed and sloppily executed. Not even a poor man's Resi Evil, just poor." And then,
snappy.
perhaps the funniest review, the funniest snippet I read. This comes from Games Master, another UK magazine. This comes from their 86th issue, as I'm to recall. I have a link to it here.
Oh, hell yeah. This is a nice gaming magazine.
This is, again, a 36% scoring review. And I'm going to read the final summation. I'm going to read this verbatim. "Do you play this game? Do you play this terrible game? Do you play this awful game? I don't think you do. So this is truly poo. Word."
Boss!
I knew that the UK were not good at rapping, but that is that you Brits are a little lacking when it comes to the bars, but that might be the most pathetic showing I've seen in some time. Anyway, no one liked this game. But we'll be the judge. You know, we give bad games their due process. I'm willing to give this a fair shot if you are. You know, it's not like we went and played Pax Corpus previously, and that's not like that's one of the worst games we've ever played for the show. One of the most frustrating and I should also mention this game is very short. This game is all of 7 levels long, so we're not going to be here for too long with any luck at all. I don't see this game dragging out all too long, mercifully. I will drag this out just a little bit longer by consulting the back of the box, which has the same description, the same brief on the game written in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different languages. But I'll just read the English one here.
That's a power release, all right.
The virus has arrived on Earth to destroy the human race. This time, bullets will be used to cure evil. What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Like, it's not clever. It's, well, you know,
It's almost a full life consequences-esque line to me.
Yeah, this is gonna be something, all right. I'm also gonna tell you, as we're about to launch the game here, as we're finally about to get into things, I'm doing a bit of a gamma boost on the footage for this because this game is dark. So I'm gonna brighten up the image a little bit for the benefit of folk at home. You're welcome. If you want to see stuff actually happen in this game, this is about the only way.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, this was the era where if a game was too dark, the game would say, "Well, turn your TV up, stupid."
That's not the Cryo Interactive logo I know and love. Right there. Did you see that? That was that's their new logo. I prefer the lady in the space helmet. We do get treated to an FMV intro. Oh, I should mention the movie changed the boat from a Chinese vessel to a Russian vessel because that I guess played better in 1999. Whether this is a Russian or Chinese vessel, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll try to gauge from this FMV.
I love these energy weapon sounds all the guns are making.
It's like me trying to use a chip card at the store. Wait, hold on. Did I hear that fucking sound effect right?
Yeah.
100 sound effects. My favorite CD, my favorite easy listening album. Look at that ass.
Yep. Recognize that sound effect. All the hits.
Did he shoot his gun so hard that he went flying through the vent? Is that what that's meant to imply?
No, I think he got hit. He got whipped.
That's me. That's me. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Look at this language select, and it defaults to Francais.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Cryo. I guess.
Very brief area where I think like early Ubisoft games would do that as well.
Bronwyn, you okay, lady? Do we still have that on the soundboard? Hold on. This is right.
I'm pretty sure.
Strictly for my edification. It'll be on here somewhere.
You okay, lady?
Okay, very good. There we go. We got it. Virus, it is aware. By the way, in case you're wondering what the it is aware, that was the tagline for the movie. It wasn't in the subtitle of the movie film. Well, gonna loop again. Need to get to load again. Let's check out those options, why don't we? I'll leave the volume on the defaults because that's what I leveled it to. Okay. Let's take a look at these controls for this PlayStation 1 game released 1999. You know, so by this point, you know, PlayStation's been out for 5 years. So people have, like, by this point figured out how to maximize the controls on-off run a controller. You know, to use every piece of the what's the animal? Every piece of the cow? It's not the cow. Every piece of the horse. Jesus. It's every piece of the buffalo, every part of the buffalo. Oh my god. That's embarrassing for me.
I just know that saying as animal, so you can't lose.
Anyway, look, 3 buttons, huh? It's a 3-button game?
Yeah. Well, I imagine what it is. My guess here, seeing this, is that other buttons are used, you're just not allowed to remap them.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I can tell you that all the shoulder buttons get used. L1 and R1 should be strafe. L2 should switch our main weapon, and R2 should switch our alternate weapon as we pick up more weapons in the course of this third-person shooter. And triangle to back out of the menu, too.
Yeah.
Should mention this game has both save to memory card as well as a password system, which is considerate, I guess, for PlayStation players in 1999 who still didn't have a memory card, who still hadn't saved up for that. Guess there's nothing to it but to do it. And
it all started on a boat when the crew were confronted with an entity called Evil. How did it get there? Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. It seems to hate the human race, since for it, the virus, is us. Got that out of the way very quickly.
So, this is low budget as fuck to open your game to have your intro just be text on a screen. I mean, I guess we had that FMV, but spoiler alert, there's not a lot of FMV in this game. I think there's an ending FMV, and I think that might be it. Let's continue.
You were Joe. Is it Joanne or Joan?
Let's say Joan.
Yeah, you are Joan, a police officer by profession.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Just as you were getting ready to go home, your captain calls you in urgently and asks you to go to Hotel Nakomi, where strange events seem to have occurred. Helped by your partner, Sutter, you go to the hotel. Once there, you understand the urgency of the situation. Men and women who are half human, half machines are wandering around in front of the entrance to the Nakomi.
AAA in chat says, misread Nakomi is Nakatomi.
Yeah.
Yeah! It's, yeah! That's,
Yeah.
Subtlety is clearly a strong suit of Cryo Interactive here. You ever heard of Show Don't Tell? By the way, it's just... Oh, no, you haven't? Okay.
Also, did the police just get called in because a bunch of half-humans were wandering around the hotel stinking up the place? Is that the vibe going on here?
What, you mean to tell me that people are getting turned into robots and killing each other? Send our 2 best. Send our entire force of 2 fucking police officers.
Well, no, it's just the way this is written. The half human, half machines, they aren't doing anything wrong. It's just their existence is the problem, I guess.
Well, the movie does establish them as being very smelly. There's a recurring bit that they stink up the place. So I think you might actually be right. I think it's just an offensive odor. Oh, they spoil us. There's a slide in the background. There's an actual still or something in the background now.
After the quick inspection of the premises, the sewers seem to be the safest way to reach the Nakomi Plaza. Accompanied by Sutter, you decide to go down into the sewers. Your mission, to reach the lobby of the Nakatomi Plaza. Press start.
Nakomi. Let's not get it twisted here.
It got said now, and I can't tell the difference anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck it up too. It's unavoidable. So this takes place in a hotel. I mean, it takes place in the sewers in this level, but...
Yeah. Well, you know why.
Because it's a real video game.
Real-ass video game. Woo!
We got there.
The fact it fucking starts on one. I'm going to agree with your theory about the not really giving a shit. Also, I gotta say, if they didn't say this was a sewer, I might not have guessed it was.
Does it scream sewer to you? By the way, this is quick turn. If I'm holding right and I tap R1, if I'm holding right and I tap L1, if I'm holding a direction, so it is the clunkiest strafe I've ever seen. I have to be moving and holding the shoulder button for it to actually detect as... Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, I see how this works. R1 is quick turn. L1 is your strafe key, and when you're holding L1, you can't move forward or backwards.
Weird.
So you can't circle strafe. You can just strafe left or right.
That is a weird way. Why wouldn't they just put strafe on L1, R1? That makes so much more sense.
So this is us.
Yeah.
This is Joan.
And I did briefly check. This did not have analog controller support. It did have vibration support, interestingly enough, but not for the sticks. Oh.
Those are some enemies. Those were the little spider, creepy crawly ones. We'll be dealing with a lot of them over the course of the game, I imagine.
Okay, yeah, this comes off like they do. Oh,
look out! The button controlling the opening of the door seems to be contaminated.
Thanks. I will remember that.
Yeah, you'll be Joan this time. Or do you want to switch? We have to decide.
No.
I think these are the only two characters. Do we want to...
We'll stick with it. Yeah.
All right.
I thought he was going to shoot you there for a second as well. Thought it was a trick. Yeah, this is very far future sending, this looks like.
Oh.
So I don't get any of the movie from this.
Health straining. Until we press that button.
Yeah. There we go.
No one puts Joan in a corner. So I'm just tapping the X button, the cross button, if you will. Not too much of a threat.
Well.
Huh. Okay. Can we round this corner?
Oh, shit! He fell apart.
Fell
Well,
to pieces.
Cool. Yeah.
Is this the same goddamn game over screen as PAX Corpus?
Oh, let me see if I can confirm.
And back to the main menu. Every time you die, it is back to the main menu. All right, from the top. It all started on a boat when... Unreal. 1999. So, at a certain point, we'll start rewinding to get through this, but, I don't know. We've got to come up with, like, some sort of rule. We got to come up with some sort of, like, maybe I'll give a level 3 attempts, 3 lives, and then we'll start rewinding. How about something like that? Also, I want to see if... Okay.
Hey, look at that. That's cool.
Sequence breaking. We don't even get the message from Stutter at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an attention to detail I was not expecting. Which maybe that's the problem. That's where
that's where their efforts lied. That's where they put the thought into. Edward asked, could you select to continue? That would have taken you to the memory card screen. Memory card and/or password would not have picked you up from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Have to get behind cover here.
I find it interesting when you were shooting the humanoid enemies there. They were all knee shots until they fell over.
Huh? Where'd that happen? Oh, from over there, I guess.
You got teleported.
Let's switch weapons. Let's see if the other revolver I have is more effective then. Maybe? It's hard to say. I read speculation that this is just an objectively worse weapon. I know, I like a revolver. Small revolver or big revolver? I'll take the big revolver. This looks like a Colt, like, Dragoon.
Yeah, I will say, immediately from the get-go, for 99, this is one of the worst character models on PlayStation 1 I've seen.
Well, we haven't seen her face. Maybe she's really pretty. Maybe she's...
Yeah, that'll save the whole thing.
Can I spin the camera around?
Like, yeah, fucking...
Huh?
Oh, what's his name?
I do not know. Here, take this medkit. At your service. Thanks, Johnny, for reading all those lines, by the way. Thanks for nailing all that.
I was looking up Sir Daniel from Medieval. I was
Don't
like,
worry.
that's what this lady looks like.
Well, we'll get it next time when we inevitably have to replay this section again, so...
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's behind the ladder. Just, come on. Try a little bit.
Oh, that was messed up. Shit is popping off a lot, I'll say that.
Let's go that way. The elevator should be behind. You lead the way. The door is closed. Yeah, you can open a door.
Yeah.
You mean to say that there's rubble in front of it, I think is what you really meant to.
That you somehow can't get past.
Well, time to pack it in. Let's go home.
Let's try that way.
No, Joan, wait! Jesus. So, like...
Wow, it's very unclear what is happening most of the time.
Yeah, this is... this game, one of its favorite tricks to pull is just, like, dropping you in the middle of a room. Enemies are already coming towards you, and you have so little, like, time to react to it that you should just, like, preemptively be pressing X. Especially when they have these canned animations that play out. Like her getting up from the crouch as she lands on the ground. That just, like, eats away at your precious seconds. Where did he come from?
He glitched in. Visually, this looks very janky. Like when you were turning here and the floor was just popping in and out of existence. That guy looked like he corrupted. Yeah, like that.
Edward asks, would this be a good game if you could dual-wield revolvers? Yes. Akimbo anything is sick as hell.
It helped, yeah.
Yes!
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Slime Generator says, this is right about the time I checked to see if I actually downloaded a beta version or not.
Yeah, we have our hands on the prototype version.
Say something nice. I'll say the shooting looks better than PAX Corpus.
Yes, yes. It's mostly automated, which is to its benefit,
yeah.
rather than its detriment. Good God. Well, you know, it's good that we're just trial and erroring our way through it. That, you know, like every time we jump back in, we learn a little bit more. We know a little bit more what to expect. Oh, I haven't been using my secondary weapon. I've been forgetting. We totally have a taser.
Oh.
That freezes enemies in place for a little bit.
But it was like, so it's attached to your gun, I think? Because it came out the same thing that was shooting as well.
Oh my God, look how much damage that does.
Yeah. That's so brutal for this early as well. Because, yeah, like, in a vague sense, I can, you know, because there wouldn't have been much contemporaries at the time. There probably was a very minor Resident Evil-esque influence on this.
Undoubtedly.
But imagine... imagine you get to, like, after the first zombie, and there's just an automated turret. Like, in the next room.
By the way, I found a good use for having two weapons, which is that you can... I think our pistol has infinite ammo. I think this revolver has more limited ammo. But what's good is that I can switch between them when one runs dry. I can swap to another weapon and then get, you know, the shots for this.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the strategy going forward.
Yeah.
That and knowing that this is going to happen.
The old Call of Duty 4 strats. Up into your secondaries fast and reloading. What was that?
I do not know. Here, take this medkit.
Thanks for the attention, Sutter.
At your service. And where's he going to go now? Is he going to do anything? Is he going to help us out in the next room? Or is he just going to stay behind while we do all the fucking hard work here? Typical men. There's to say something nice, by the way, since there was one of those. We're playing as a lady. And I'm always going to pop a little bit for girls.
Well, yeah. My say something nice is that at least the shooting is improved from PAX Corpus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did say that. You did.
Yeah.
Give it that credit.
Ooh, some good slowdown as well.
It gives me time to think, to plot my moves.
Yeah.
Just decide where you want me in the room, right? Stop changing your mind, game. Yes, we've read this before. Here, let's race. I'm gonna beat you to it.
That running animation Sutter has. Yeah, saw Edward 21 say this would look decent if it came out 94, 95, and yeah, it has that look.
This would have killed on the 3DO.
Yeah. Okay, so he's supposed to be jumping down, but he glitches while doing so it looks like he's like teleporting in.
That's good in your first level to have that, to have such an egregious display. Just to show, like, you know, what we're working with here, what we're cooking with. All right, so that was a corrupted door panel, clearly. You can tell by the sparks, so this time. Also, look at the culling.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned about the floor panels disappearing.
Also, these are some of the worst swimming textures I've seen in spots. Some of the worst affine texture warping. Good God! Try. Yeah. Just try. This is honestly kind of unreal.
Despite some of the improvements, yeah, this seems way more low rent than Pax Corpus was.
Huh?
And Pax Corpus was well, we did all this work.
Where's this?
Better put something out.
Who's this guy? We're up here now? What was... Spatial awareness is so important in your video game.
Yeah, and this game is just like, fuck it. We're putting the player where we need them.
Where do you come from?
It is not too early.
I had a few problems with the door. What was that?
No idea.
Let's take the elevator. It will take us to the floor above. That is how elevators work. You are not too early? What is that?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's why I paused so long. I was trying to figure out what that meant.
Am I misreading this? Am I?
Yeah.
By the way, password for those folk playing around along at home: triangle, circle, triangle, square, square, triangle, triangle, triangle. Slime asked, when you said this came out in 1999, did you mean BC or AD? This would have killed in the Stone Ages, this game.
The lobby of the Nakomi Plaza does not seem any more reassuring than the sewers. It is pervaded by a strange atmosphere. Sutter does not seem to be more reassured, but is just as decided as you are to find origin. This translates so badly. Which seems to come from the hotel floors of the upper floors of the hotel. Your mission: find access to the upper floor. I thought it was floors before.
The reuse of reassuring now does not seem to be more reassured.
But
two different words.
Synonyms.com. But it's just as decided.
But what has happened here?
It is not very reassuring. Let's take a look around. I'll try and find access to the upper floor.
Cool. There's...
Oh! Yeah. Oh, I didn't see this when I looked this game up.
So, left and right don't work. This is what happens when I hold left and right. I do a little dance here.
Pose, yeah.
And because I dared to step backwards, now Sutter's in front of us, so I'm having to... There we go.
Oh, hey! Low-class bug, because you got out of it. Just the way his model is like gestating and vibrating.
Can I fuck it up worse? Can I make it worse? Hell yes. Okay, here we go. Come on. Come on, let's break it. Let's break it.
Also, do we have friendly fire? I'm curious. Can we just say, nah, Sutter?
No dice.
Nah.
Come on, there's got to be a way to get behind the columns. There's got to be a way to like get like on the side of the door so we're just running into the wall. I know because I did it earlier. I know because I did exactly that earlier.
Oh, are you supposed to have limited control here?
For some reason, yes, here we go. No,
Oh,
no,
I
I
guess-
want to go to
okay.
his left. I want to go to his right, my left.
My theory is that they were like, okay, we're going to do this moment where we take the camera out of players' hands, but we don't want to confuse them too much, so we'll just lock the axes. And then didn't test it thoroughly enough.
Come on. Yes! 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 I did it! Oh, yeah, I'm so fucking good.
So is this a soft lock?
Well, it would be, and this is where I have to break the bit, it would be if you didn't know the strafe button works. The strafe button does totally work here.
Okay.
But, you know, that one official PlayStation Magazine UK reviewer didn't know that there was a strafe button here. But this is still, you know, fucked. This is still rough.
Yeah.
Also, Liz Crimson in the chat says, first time catching a live. Hey, Cass. Hey, Johnny. Hello.
Hello.
You chose an auspicious night to show up. Joan, look out. Are you going to help, buddy? I see him shooting.
He is shooting. Yeah, he killed one. Not again. I'm going for a very vague Joanna Dark. You're not very lucky today, are you? Vague in capital letters.
Let's separate to find a way out. I'll go that way, and you go over there. We'll keep radio contact.
Okay, good luck.
Something tells me we're going to need it. So where's there? You go there, you go there.
You go that way, I'll go home.
I'll continue investigating in the lobby.
Yeah. Bron in chat mentions that Sutter has like a kind of a cop uniform on, but where's yours? Yeah, I don't know what they're going for with York. It's what
cool.
I feel like is they wanted to do no, I'm not gonna remember her name. The lady from Dino Crisis. Like that's what they're trying to do.
Oh, Regina.
Regina, yeah, the queen. That's disgusting.
Awesome camera. Oh, new enemy
Yeah.
type. He died like a chump.
Yeah, earlier Edward21 in chat said this is like watching Sharky play. Oh yeah, no. If Sharky sees this, I'm sure they are super glad they are not playing this one.
Yeah.
Because the controls look like they'd hate it.
I mean, I'm not loving
and
it
with
either. I did.
Yeah, with good reason, to be clear.
It's on fire. Can I just opt out? Can I?
It's just a light fire.
Oh, that's not going to spread. It's
Perpetual
localized.
Oh!
Huh?
Was that even a real fire?
This is as far as I played, by the way. I mean, I played up to that lobby screen where I found a fun way to lock the camera in the first combat encounter. So this is all blind from here on out. So I'm wondering what the fuck just happened.
Oh. Jojo asks if it was supposed to be a diving suit. You're on a boat, right? No, we weren't on a boat.
We're in a hotel.
There
Like
was a cutscene that was on a boat, maybe.
There's just one
But
random
we weren't
explosion.
involved in that. Oh my god, you're taking... Was just being inside him doing damage to you?
Oh, Johnny!
Yeah.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
Oh no, this is what I was expecting with the footage I looked up, so it's delivering so far.
Sutter, come by with the fucking medkit again. It's took control of the camera. It's took control away from me to do that. It stopped me dead in my tracks so it could have that.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Ring Terror's realm. Remember when it would drop enemies from the ceiling and it would just arrest control from you for daring not to be looking up?
Oh yeah, and you could like get knocked over and take damage in those. Oh, God, that's the thing. That shows they're trying. Like they're trying to build atmosphere in the scares. They're like, oh yeah, we'll do a cool camera cut where you'll see them come from behind. Like that's more effort than just the enemies spawning randomly. And it's actually, you know, it's actually showing where the enemies have come from because they're not doing sound effects or anything.
Problem is, I have absolutely no spatial awareness in this game, so
Yeah,
it might as well
'cause
be
they love
cutting to
to-
like a mile away in some unrelated
Yeah.
hotel.
And they teleport you at the time. Oh, there was no way. Sutter. Hold on, I'm coming.
Look at this. So I'm gonna activate this, and I'm gonna
try to
pause.
read this line. I think I've quickly found. Nope.
That's impossible. Also, that should be Cutter saying this, right? Because they're cutting the Cutter?
Yeah.
But it says
I think
Joan.
that's what they're trying to do.
I think I found something. Come quickly. I'm at...
Yeah.
Huh? Unreal. Well, I guess we're backtracking now. Which, awesome.
Yeah. I have the vaguely scary music as well with the random just screams in the soundtrack.
So what's happening in that room? Why is it? Did you see anything on the floor? Did you see anything that would have...
No. It's the virus, I guess.
Oh, we're loading our save.
A minor thing, I noticed password there. The W was also capitalized.
Password.
So it's not password. It's pass. Yeah, pass. Word.
They love the word reassuring in this script.
Yeah.
Get me out of this corner. Let's stand where he's
Also
going to
went
stand.
better than I was expecting.
You can't advance this dialogue. It just plays at its own pace.
Yeah, okay. This, I will say, when you read the German review and it mentioned the unskippable dialogue, part of me went, oh yeah, it's on PlayStation 1. That would have been rare for the time. But considering the trial and error design of this game, I get why that would bother
Be a sticking point, stick in their craw, yeah. I don't know, I think this revolver does a little bit more damage. I think the, this looks like almost like a Schofield. I know I said like a Colt Dragoon. Just any long barrel one where it looks like a break open. It looks like, you know, like where you load it by like, you know, the receiver basically like folds out. Anyway, I like this. I like switching between the weapons well enough. It would be cool if I could just use both revolvers at the same time. You know how I go for akimbo weapons. Okay. I'm looking at this floor. Is it the dirty tiles?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention and see. Nope. No, it is not. Yeah, all I can think is that there is some sort of equipment or thing you pick up in this level, and those are mines or something stupid like that we can't see yet, and we're just going out of order.
You have to wait for the taser to recharge. You see that little meter in the bottom right? So you get limited use out of that. And the fact it only stuns one enemy at a time is a little lacking. Maybe we'll get some better ones in time. Maybe we'll get some better sub-weapons. Because this is not the most effective. Better than nothing. Alright, fly through that real quick. I wonder if they didn't intend to have dialogue there at first. If it was just supposed to be like showing you opening the door and then him coming through the door like he was like locked behind, that he was like struggling to catch up, and that's how we... And they just figured, well, we gotta have some dialogue here so people understand what's going on. I'm scratching my fucking head.
Yeah.
At least that didn't kill me.
No more fooling around.
Ooh, watch that frame rate tank. And this is 25 frames per second at best, right? Like when it's like kicking off because it's PAL.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, there was a good reason Resident Evils and the like would use pre-rendered backgrounds, and even the one exception to that, which would be Dino Crisis, it was still fixed camera, so you could cull a lot of the action.
That was a close one. Thanks.
Don't mention it. You weren't bad yourself.
I did well to take all those medkits. Here, you deserved it. You've deserved it.
Yeah.
Well, we're right back where we fucking started. Except now we can press this button. Slime says, I've seen enough of these cryo games. I'm starting to catch onto the characteristics of that cryo-type beat because this music sounds exactly like Gift. Another banger entry in the cryo catalog.
Is that the character platformer with the weird red guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the PS2 challenges I know kind of likes like I think defends that game. We'll see.
Oh, I think our health is slowly draining.
I'll have to look at it.
Again. One of those damage over time rooms.
Oh. Yeah, if it was very slow.
It's green,
Yeah,
so
it's
I'll
funny
interact
because
with it.
yeah. Because yeah, I mentioned that about Resident Evil, and obviously as well, Resident Evil does that to let high quality models as well. Just a reminder of how good Dino Crisis is.
I mean,
Great
does it
looking
hold a
game,
candle to virus? It is aware, though. Jury's still out. Huh? Pardon?
I guess that was a bad thing you did.
This is a present from me to you.
Thank you for the Prime subscription, Frank Gothic in chat. And they say, yeah, here's to celebrating 2 years following the Bad Game Hall of Fame with a very emblematic type of game, a cryo one.
Well, there goes my head. I don't want to replay this entire level.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to start rewinding here, I think. Because this was bullshit.
Yeah.
Edward says there's no medkits in the environment. There's been nothing in the environment. There's been no pickups or items in general. I know there's more weapons we get. I'm wondering if Sutter just gives them to us past a certain point. Oop, I whiffed my taser.
And he's in the room. He's just not... He is shooting a little bit. I think he took like 2 hits there, by the way, because the audio
Doubled
was
up.
like 2 screams, yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
Strafe out of the way.
This is a present from me to you.
I'm hyped.
Thank you, Gren Maju D. Hold on, I think I have some dialogue. Shooting? It came from over there. Let's go. Gren Maju says, this is going to be great, Sharky. I love helping kids. I love kids, Sharky. I love kids. Yeah, well. Sharky ain't here this time around. It's just us left to suffer, so.
Yeah.
Me and Johnny. But hey, 2 levels down out of 7. So we're coming on up in the world. It'd be great if they start showing us some of those new weapons. Of the 9 weapons they advertise in this game, it'd be good to get one of them. At this point, I'm kind of over these pistols, these revolvers, which I never thought I'd say. Leave it to Virus. It is aware to fucking somehow counteract my love of revolvers.
Oh, okay. All right. Drawn by the shots, you reach a part of the hotel which seems to be the place where the water is recycled. Your mission: to find the origin of the shots and to reach the floor up. They're written so clunky. Every time I read them, I question what I'm saying.
You know, if they had a voice actor for this, they'd have probably changed it up a little bit in the booth, been like, "Hey, this doesn't parse. This doesn't. Can I just, I'm just gonna do it my way,
Yeah.
okay? And it seemed to come from there. Let's go and see. See his face, at least. I'm so curious to know what Our Lady looks like at this point. They're just
Yeah.
not giving us a good opportunity. I don't think they will.
Yeah, and we get lucky with a cutscene.
A third character.
New person. Who are you?
My name is Jack. I'm a security agent. I was doing my usual round when all of a sudden these things, these monsters, these whatever they are, fell from the ceiling attacking all the people who were there. I tried to cover to the people as best as I could so that they could run away, but there were too many of them. Only 2 people managed to flee. They must have taken refuge somewhere on this floor. You lust help me to find them.
Don't worry, we're here.
You're saying they fell from the ceiling, is that right? Yes, I think everything comes from up there, the next floor up.
Sutter, stay with him. I'll take care of the 2 survivors.
Okay, watch out for the ceiling.
I'll keep my head up, don't worry.
Good luck. Jodariel says, how forward about the last slide.
Yeah.
Copy editors. You know, it's a role that is undervalued in the industry. It's, folks, for this $25 an hour, you too could have a... Oh, well, thank you kindly. We got some...
Thank you, Anonymous, for the 5 gifted subs. And yes, we're hype now. Also, yeah, I'll just a quick see Liz Crimson asking if we've seen the movies based on. Yes, this game has nothing to do with that movie, or even the comic really. Like they kind of just did their own thing with a very loose premise. But yeah, that movie, yeah, decent. Not as bad as the critics at the time rated it. Schlocky, a bit derivative but fun.
That's all it needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that Jamie Lee Curtis is no fucking Sigourney Weaver in terms of, like, you know, the Alien comparison. But Donald Sutherland is pretty good at what he does. He's pretty fun. And, of course, the Baldwin brother is fucking, like, you know, sauceless. I don't think I give a shit about any of the Baldwin brothers. I don't think any of them are particularly good at what they do, but...
Which was the one who was in Biodome?
You know, you're expecting that I've seen Pauly Shore's Biodome, and, you know, believe it or not, for as many bad movies as I've watched, I've somehow managed to dodge that one.
You knew Pauly Shore was in it.
Me to you.
Get the hype level 3. Thank you. I don't know what the hype levels even do on Twitch, truth be told. We've been doing this for 3 years, give or take, and still don't know half the functionality on this website, but if it's good, it's good.
Well, I know participating users get exclusive emotes from Twitch based on the hype level we reach. So if you know, you like your little emotes.
I heard another shriek on the soundtrack.
This is a present
Yes,
from
there's a...
me to you.
Hey! And there goes 100 from Blahats.
And I don't think that was us. I don't think that was Joan.
Oh, no, there's just
Or was
spooky
it?
screams in the sound effects, yeah. Oh, wait, those bits were viruses. Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's taking over. Well, you know, actually, they did good. If the game wants to...
Look at this. Look at this. Just with the fucking black void on the side.
I mean, whatever. I guess I'd rather have this than the wall obscuring what I want to see.
Yeah.
It's fine
It's
here.
like-
It's when it's directly in front of you. It's when you're walking into a wall and...
Oh. Well, no, it's
tape
just like,
in a
if you couldn't have
dream.
done this, go for the fixed camera.
Help me!
Don't be afraid. I'm a cop. Just even scarier now. Oh,
She did get a little bit
She's
hurt.
fine.
No, look at
Yeah,
her
a
health.
little bit.
Look at the health below my health.
yes, escort mission.
Good God. I somehow didn't expect it to be an escort game.
Yeah,
I...
and even with these low graphic fidelity, they still managed to put cleavage on her. Is she coming? Yep.
I just kind of like watching her emote a little bit.
Yeah, and I know what animation they're going for, but it's not quite.
Oh, I got a headache. Good God. How are you supposed to prevent her from taking damage? That's like, I don't have any other weapons. It's just these two things. And
Okay,
they're not
half
good.
these screams in the music are just sounding like the R2-D2 death scream. Any Lego Star Wars players will be familiar with it. Oh! Getting some new enemy types at least a couple of times. Don't get a good look at them though. Not that they're good to look at.
I don't get any impression of what any of them do either, for whatever that's
Yeah,
worth.
they're... Well, no, there's 2 axe guys. I got that. Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yep, that's the enemy spawning in sound. At least we got that. The enemies might not make any footstep sounds. Or roam in sounds.
They better give us a med kit.
At your service, I'm going to look for the other civilian. Other civilian?
Okay, be careful.
Hey, you got fully healed, yeah. They just didn't even say.
Small miracles. Yeah, they mentioned there were 2 civvies. Just keep repopulating this room. Yeah, why not, right? It is a small level, but we packed it dense with enemies, by which I mean we just keep respawning enemies. You know, I want to see if I can fall off this bridge. No.
I appreciate that. That would have been a annoying wrinkle. What the fuck? Okay, that one is just goofy looking.
Oh, that one. None of the other ones. That's the only one that's the one that beleaguers your believability here. That takes you out of it.
Yeah. I was all in. Till then.
Like, as far as the action is concerned, for one of these, for an arcadey style of shooter, which is what this is effectively, you know, without any up or down, where it's just this is aiming directly in front of you. Like, you know, it's not good. It's functional. It would be nice to have like a target reticle on screen, so you know what you're aiming at, to know that you are in fact aiming at something. Help me! Help me!
Don't be afraid. I've come to get you out of this mess. Everything's will be all right.
Everything's will be all right.
Oh, you see, he's a man, so he doesn't get scared when the enemies are smacking him in the face.
I think he was also blocking half my bullets, which was mondo uncool of him. It's like he doesn't even want to get out of here alive.
Like
Get more
the 100
bits.
DHC Ben. Oh, now he's scared. He heard my comment and he's like, I can do equality.
Me to you.
Hey, another 100 from DHC Ben.
Thank you,
Keeping
kindly Ben.
Been going for the last seconds. Appreciate it.
And I just know there's going to be more enemies behind us. I'm wise to this game's tricks at this point. Nothing is going to catch me by surprise. Quick turn. I think it's just this is the last room before we make it back to our motley crew.
Yep.
He's
Triple
gonna
AA in chat saying Dead Rising looks a bit pretty different. Yeah, we found it. Now we can make a clickbait video and call it the PlayStation 1's Dead Rising? Question mark.
Yep, there it is. I was waiting for it. I knew it was gonna happen. Ooh, skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, be the end of the level. Everybody get down! Joan, Jack, get into position. I think things are gonna get tough.
Fucking in the path in there, the enemies getting, the allies getting stuck on each other. What? Oh my fucking god.
Huh?
Yep. That's what I expected to happen. Wait.
I'm
still
dead, but...
That took a while.
Okay, let's see if this is even salvageable. I get the impression that this might be unwinnable with the amount of health we have.
Yeah. Unless you just strafe really early on when that projectile comes in. Also the fact that just
No, I
before
can't
this
move.
scene...
I can't move. I'm stuck behind the...
Well,
Wait,
a little
I
bit.
can tap it.
Rewind a bit further. Go a bit further back. Yeah, this shot.
Yep.
What is that? What's supposed to be going on there?
Pure fucking cinema is what it is. Okay. Game, what do you want me to do here? I can turn...
Yeah, there's no crouch. And that's a problem, because even fucking Pax Corpus had...
Down to
You
crouch.
can.
Down to crouch.
I guess you can only do it here. Okay, I guess that's another parallel with Pax Corpus there.
Time crisis, eat your heart out. This game is unfucking real. I can't, it's like they're making it up as they go along.
Yeah. It's a cool idea for a set piece for this style of game. It's just... The only way you could make it work was to literally turn off the culling for half the room. You probably shouldn't have done it. Like, very early on, I would have said, yeah, we needed to go pre-rendered backgrounds for this.
You know, I would say we need to go tear down the foundation. We need to go scorched earth on this game, rebuild it from the ground up, is what I would say. Whatever you did...
Oh,
let's do the
yeah, but I'm
opposite.
talking about, like, after a couple of levels have been made.
I want to
as
see what
early on as
happens
possible.
if I'm dead, but they kill
Yeah.
the boss. Oh, it just interrupts in the middle
Yep.
of the... I was hoping it would just be my fucking eviscerated body. It would be my limbs
Yeah.
would just be talking to them after the animation plays out. Can't put anything past this game.
Oh, okay, and there was a boss health bar there as well. I think some of the explosion effects were missing there. Oh.
I'm sure that the answer to all this is to be found on the next floor up.
Yes, but they can't get up there without the key to the emergency elevator.
I have the key here, and get rid of all that.
Thanks, Jack. Take care of getting these two civilians out safe and sound.
You can count on me. Good luck to you. Joe DeReal in chat says, this boss fight really made me question whether humanity is the real virus. You know,
Yeah.
it's food for thoughts. Downright fucking twisted.
Something I would be curious to know is if the French script for the cutscenes actually makes sense, or if it somehow has like the same grammar issues.
It's all written in purple prose. It's actually beautiful in its original language.
The Hotel Nakomi. There where everything seems to have started. Okay. Your mission? Find the evil and destroy it. I mean, I guess. Yeah.
The Hotel Nakomi, there where haven't we been in the hotel for the past 2 levels?
Yeah. I stammered on there because that sentence does kind of make sense.
Doesn't
but
parse.
You never write it that way in English. There where everything.
Stop, police. Yakuza?
Yakuza? What?
Also, I have a different pistol now. I have a different gun completely.
You do, yeah.
What are the Yakuza doing here? What is...
Now, does the Internet Games Firearm Database have this gun listed?
Wait, did I die?
You definitely died.
I couldn't tell because it changed the camera on me, so I must have got shot from behind. I got this at the top of the level. So, first of all, Yakuza not in the movie film. Not a factor. In case that need to be said.
Yeah.
I don't think they're in the comic either. This is Cryo going off the rails. They're coming up with their own story.
And I guess they're working with the virus.
I think they were shooting the machine, but then they just turn around and start shooting us afterwards, so...
I mean, well, A, why did you bust in here, and why did I be like, well, you stop shooting that robot? I was confused. I assumed he was shouting at the, you know, the half-human machine things at first. And I was like, yeah, it's too late for that.
They just don't want us stealing their kills. They want all the credit. They want all the glory.
Yeah.
You can't spawn enemies spontaneously. They can't appear out of nowhere.
They didn't spawn in. They just hid perfectly behind the cover. So you couldn't see them.
Don't tell me their skin is literally yellow. Don't tell me the palette they use for their skin is literally yellow. Cryo! You can't...
I mean, the problem is, like, look at your partner's fin. The textures are so muddy and skinny. Like, everything has got, like, a weird kind of yellow hues.
He's more clearly white. He's more clearly pale.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I was trying to figure out what their hair situation is, but it looks like they're wearing those, like, full head, like, hoods. With the face cut out. And also, yeah, some of the guys just literally pop. Like, they double over and then just disappear. Now, this is a naked gun shootout moment.
Oh, I'm shooting some guy in the back corner over there.
Yeah, I saw blood come out.
Would you believe if I told you that David Cage got his start at Cryo Interactive? It's in terms of... I think we did we do a David Cage's early games episode where half the games were just Cryo Interactive games they did the soundtrack for? I believe we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching for that one. But yeah, fun night.
Music is okay in this game. I don't think David Cage made this music though.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes putting just like literal scream sounds in to be spooky is pretty lame. It's no Aubrey Hodges style soundtrack.
I hate that wall back there.
Yeah, it's targeting it for some reason. Oh, is it? Yep, that's why. Because there's someone behind it. Who? A one-legged person, maybe? Oh no, they just clipped it into the wall.
Thank God for the strafe button. I don't know how that OPM reviewer didn't figure out this that button existed and still gave it a 4 out of 10. Because even with the strafe button, I'm like leaning heavy 1 out of 5.
If I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, they were maybe playing a preview version and they just didn't have it. I wouldn't put that past Cryo because this game seems so fucking low rent. I wouldn't be shocked if strafing wasn't put in until like
the last
minute.
second, the last possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that level over because I took so much damage, and I feel like I can do it quicker. I was playing very conservatively there. I don't think I need to play as conservatively as I am. I think I just need to be aware of when they're popping out to shoot and just like step out when they're not shooting because they have like very like clearly defined cycles for their shooting. I hope they never explain the Yakuza in this game.
Yeah, I do see what you mean by the skin tone.
This is some of the worst shooting. I mean, I think of other games we've played for the show. Danger Girl had better shooting.
Yeah. Like I don't know how intentional it is because it seems just like partly how they light them textures as well. But it's definitely something someone should have said, hey, that looks bad, maybe we should fix that.
I'm just going with French developer. That's they did not care.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's just, I could see incompetence being also part of the reason.
Do not attribute to incompetence what you can...
Yeah.
to malice what you can attribute to incompetence or whatever. Right, does something drop from the ceiling in this room? No, it's this room, and then we come back to this room, and then there's an enemy. Ben Van Hammersley has better shooting. Well, yeah, he's the billiards champion. I wish he had a VHS tape for game design, teaching game design through billiards. Bob Odenkirk hitting the 8-ball and saying, and that's how you subdivide a subroutine in JavaScript for...
Like, it's good they're trying to do the cutaway thing, but you have no context for that cutaway. I mean, that's meaningless.
I hate this room for fighting.
Not even close to enough, like, unique textures to make that look obvious where it was. Boop.
They love tossing this enemy at us right now. Oh, there's one behind me, too. There's another one, yep. Maybe if I had, like, a real gun, this would be a bit easier. I forgot I had the taser, which I guess does count towards it.
Well, as that German review said, that's what makes this game so scary. Because the combat's terrible. Yeah, spoilers, that kind of line of thinking doesn't make sense to me. Being frustrated with a game does not make it scarier.
It makes you feel helpless, you see. Oh, I can't walk any further backwards? There's an invisible wall here now? Why? Why? Why do that?
Fuck you. Fuck you, that's why. Well, I'm guessing the reason is because they didn't want you going too far back where you would get stuck behind the pillars or be off camera. But maybe don't do a fixed camera there, you fucking idiot.
It's not a fixed camera game 99% of the time. Then they're like, hey, let's mix it up. Let's fucking throw them for a loop. Let's go ahead and put one right here where there's a huge open gap and make them have to fight these ranged enemies at close range. That'll spook them. That'll scare them. Stuart Ashens asks, are we playing as Jamie Lee Curtis? I hope not for her sake. No, this is some new character. This is not the events of the movie. This is some unrelated story featuring the Yakuza and the Nakatomi Plaza from Die Hard, and absolutely inexplicable. It's...
Yeah. Grand Gothic did redeem another Say Something Nice. Okay. This might be a bit of a stretch. Yeah, this might be a bit of a stretch. But if you were adapting like the movie or more directly the comic, though again the comic was quite similar in terms of the events of the story, I could understand wanting to do something different to justify a full game. So it was probably, and especially this developer file, probably for the better that they just, okay, we're just gonna do our own thing with the idea, do our own setting, locales.
And don't set it aboard a boat. You know, the one defining feature of both the comic and the film. Because that would be too boring.
Because, because the movie is not that action-y at the end of the day. You know, like, it's not Jamie Lee Curtis running around shooting, you know, like the machine, alien, human stuff. It's mostly slow build until near the end.
Yeah, I'd say it's mostly accurate. And, you know, even when there is shooting, she's not the character doing it. You know, Ashens in chat saying unacceptable first rule of video games. If you can be Jamie Lee Curtis, then be Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, she's supposed to be, she is the Ripley of that movie. She, you know, she's the pragmatist. She's the one who's like, we shouldn't be doing this. This is stupid. We need to follow a procedure. We need to follow, like, you know, quarantine. And, you know, she's the voice of reason to Donald Sutherland, which is, if you're going to have a guy be, like, the captain in charge who's gone a little cuckoo, again, inspired casting, they should have had you be Donald Sutherland in a video game. The fact that we didn't get a Donald
Yeah.
Sutherland starring vehicle in video games is
Yeah.
the real crime.
I'll definitely,
here.
I'll definitely say that's probably the most speculative. Say something nice, because I think you could very well argue you could have made a game like this work on a boat. Heck, maybe you should have, because then you could have just done it very Resident Evil style.
And, it's not like the quarters are like, like we have like a lot of space to work with here. It's not like,
Yeah.
if your fear was, if it's going to be on a boat, it's going to be too claustrophobic. You're not going to have a lot of room to negotiate or move around. Well, fucking look at what we're doing here. Look at the fucking way we're having to play this game.
Okay. I think this is an interesting thing. Liz Crime Super Chat saying, I wonder if this was a completely other game at first that got reworked into a virus tie-in. So the opposite of PAX Corpus.
Yeah, which started as Aeon Flux and then became...
Yeah. Don't have any official confirmation on that, but I would buy it if that, it's believable.
I tried using the taser there, by the way, and it just didn't work. It just whiffed.
Ah.
So I can't even stun these guys.
And yeah, like, going fixed and asking you to start strafing projectiles, like, you're asking too much of the player. Oh, nice, there's another one.
What do they expect us to do? I can't go any further backwards. The strafing is only partially effective when there's two of them on screen and one of them is aiming, like, is dialing in their shot to be, like, where I'm going to be. Leading their shot, one might say. I just have to get lucky. And judiciously use rewind. Because I'm imagining playing this on real hardware, I'm imagining playing this without rewind, and this would be the part where I snap the disc in half. After, like, attempt number 5 of making it up to this point with half health and being expected to do something here. That's about quitting time for me in the real world.
Yeah.
And also, the wonderful thing about this camera angle is that I'm holding right on the D-pad to go this way,
okay.
left on the D-pad to go the other way because of the way the camera is fixed. It's
so
relative
rewind,
to the character, yeah.
Rewind to start the fight. I have a pro tip for you.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this. I'll take any pro tip I can get.
Yeah. Stay this close. Right at the start here. Back up a bit because their hurt boxes will hit you. I don't know how. At this point in the long play, they strafe in a way that lets them get behind the switch there.
Okay, I can try that.
Yeah, they run forward at one point and turn. Yes.
It doesn't seem particularly helpful.
It helps a little bit.
I think it just puts me in a corner. I think,
Well,
I'm sure there's some
do-
very sweet spot. Maybe there's a spot that you can stand in.
some of the but you see the projectiles from the guy on the left. He couldn't hit you anymore. It looked like to me. Oh, I think you. Also, I think there's a different attack you can do.
Do tell. Oh!
Oh, yes, there it is.
They didn't tell us,
That's
but we totally have a secondary weapon for the secondary weapon slot now.
Yeah, that's like an AoE stun, I think.
Would have been fucking great if they told us!
Yeah.
Would have loved to have fucking known this.
Thank fuck I looked at the long play, because that's the only reason I figured out we had that. Okay, yeah, I think you used it.
It doesn't seem very effective, unfortunately. I guess I should be switching back and forth between the taser and that. Oh my god, this is a puzzle fight.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking puzzled they put this fight in the game.
Yeah. Arbitrary War in chat saying this looks like something I'd seen on Unseen 64. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like something that would have gotten released. Especially not in '99. Yeah. That's the impression I get. Is this is like a longer stun?
Fuck that.
Yeah. But I guess the long play, you're not using rewind strat, is to get yourself behind that switch a bit. Because it at least seems to make one of the enemies no longer be able to projectile hit you.
This is
Also,
unfucking real. How many enemies are going to toss at us during this segment?
Also, Salo, you could maybe shoot slightly faster.
Okay. How can I dodge these shots? Nope, wrong way. I pressed the wrong button because of the awesome perspective. Spawn more enemies in. I fucking dare you, game.
Yeah! Ask and ye shall receive. Oh, that might be the final one, though.
This reminds me of Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within. There's a scene where you're playing as the detective, and they give you a shotgun, and there's just, like, they send, like, 50 enemies after you, and you're stuck in place, and... When a game is reminding me of Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's a terrible sign.
It's one of those games you don't want to be compared to.
This is speculation. Do you think they were trying to do the scene in Metal Gear Solid 1 where you meet Meryl for the first time and all those guys come in the room?
Thanks a lot.
What happened here?
It started in my boss's office. I heard shouting and went to hide. Thanks again for saving my life. Look at her arms bending backwards.
Yeah.
Here, take this medkit. Oh no, that means there's still more level, Johnny. If they're giving us a medkit now, that means we're not done here.
Yeah, and now Archer Water redeems to say something nice. Oh, we might be out. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
we got to.
This is That's pretty cool. Hey!
Oh, so we're not even fighting the human version of inflatable flaming two-bar man. We're fighting
maybe, because I'm not doing any damage to that. This I can damage.
Oh, okay.
This thing. And what a thing it is. Ooh, God, from behind.
They're trying so hard for it to be a fucked up body horror thing, and it just does not. It's so goofy.
It was still stuck in its stun animation because I used the stun gun on it. So even though it should be dead at this point, I have to wait for it to be unstunned before it dies and the game moves on.
Ooh.
Doc number 6, March 15. Dear Sir, we have indeed recovered the ship, the Electra, as anticipated. However, strange phenomena have occurred since then. Men are disappearing regularly. Only one man has managed to come. Oh, poor guy. Back from the inspection of the boat, and he says that he saw beings that were half men, half machines, and...
all cop.
Strange electrical phenomena. I have blocked off the access to the boat and am awaiting your instructions.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Mike Cherry.
Also, I like this. The Electra. That's the boat my brother Thomas works on. Let's get there quickly.
Over there, a helicopter.
Do you know how to pilot that thing?
Yes, let's hurry. I'll explain later how he learned how to fly a helicopter.
I guess so, yeah.
Her brother Thomas, isn't that awful fucking convenient? Not previously established. I guess we're going on a boat, though. I guess there is boat in this Virus It Is Aware game.
Yeah. I do like the letter starting with, Dear Sir.
Dear Sir or Madam, to whom it may concern. I wonder if Thomas is a character from the comic books.
There you are. Sutter and yourself off to the docks. What's the... We've changed perspective here. It is a place you know well, but that you would have preferred to see again in other circumstances. Your mission to find the Electra.
The copy in this game is unfucking believable. These are the same developers, mind you, who are putting out like historical dramas. Like one of the games we played in that David Cage's early credits episode was a game called Versailles 16 something or other, and it was all text. It was just like it was all like flowery prose and fucking like, you know, long-winded historical references and stuff. And it's just like, did they have two different translation teams? Did they have two different teams that are like, all right, here's our B team for translation, here's our here's our A team for writing. And they put their D team on this one. They put fucking F troop on this. I'll go ahead to lead the way. That is typically where you have to lead from. You have to lead from the front, not behind.
I love the like transparent fire explosion effects with this transparency, because look at it. What layer is it on? Yes. Oh, of course. Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought the helicopter was just spontaneously exploding.
I mean, it did. For all intents and purposes, it did spontaneously explode.
Yeah.
What are these things? What are the
Crab
blue? What does
people.
the blue mean? Oh,
Are they so?
new gun.
What are the things from Half-Life that do that like weird AOE?
Vortigons.
Oh, the helicopter's just gone. No. With the giant one eye.
Oh,
They're like.
I know what
It's
you're
like
talking
it looks
about.
like their attack. Yeah.
I think we have. I think this is meant to be
Hound eyes. Thank you, Tonya in chat.
a
I was
machine
good calling
gun,
people puppies. That's all right. Yeah.
except you can't hold it down. I'm holding it down when I do this. It just
Okay.
it was me mashing it.
We might have a contender for the most unfinished game to get a boxed release.
I mean, Big Rigs will always be #1 with a bullet when it comes to that, but this is
Okay, yeah.
in contention, to be sure.
Yeah. I guess I'll say for a console release then, because for me that's Malice. But in some places this game is getting real close.
Invisible wall there, so we don't backtrack too far.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
glad you decided to show up.
What fucking door, you know, shutter door texture is this supposed to be?
Oh.
It won't open.
Hold them back. I'll take care of breaking down the door.
Okay, no problem. Like, yeah, this... It's such a weird pull, but, like, the way this is working reminds me of dealing with, like, emulation bugs. But this is how this game just is. Oh, great.
I can't move at all, by the way, there.
Oh. Oh. He did that, like, It's the Electra.
We can't be closer to finding the source of the electrical field.
Well, let's hurry up and find it. I'll go in front. You protect me from behind. He did the Hanna-Barbera thing where you, like, run in place to start up. You know, the whoop, 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 whoop. And then he went.
So I can't go that way. I guess we can't get any closer. I guess he was right in his broken English there. I guess he was...
RJ Waller saying, this is absolutely one of the most wretched things I've seen on this channel in a hot minute. And watched us play Catwoman. Yeah.
There's always a new low we can descend to. New hells to explore. They're like Thanksgiving turkeys. Is what all I can see looking at these guys. Just splayed out. I need to restart because I had so little health there. I need to just do better. So did the developers of this game. They needed to do fucking better, but
Yeah.
it's a little late for that now.
Speaking of, AAA in chat mentioned that there are some cool lighting effects though that are uncommon for a PS1 game, and then Slime Generator followed up. Why do all the games on this channel have the dev team spending 99% of the time figuring out the lighting and then 1% of the time making the game? Yeah, it does happen often. Just like, oh yeah, here's this one weird tech thing, but we didn't really make it. Didn't really make a game. Hey, that's like Bubsy 3D. Like most of that game is built around like its high resolution it was doing, and not if it was actually playable.
You know, I already lost some of my health.
Look good.
I got to be able to do better than this. I have to try to conserve as much health as possible. Like if I was playing on real hardware, I'd be like, all right, that's a wash.
And yeah, and Tonya Cat in chat saying, turns out tech wizards aren't good game designs. Yeah, you know, this is probably an obvious pull, but John Carmack without John Romero, you can see how things changed with that era of it over time. Because John Carmack was the tech wizard, and then the likes
John
of
Romero's the guy who knew how
some of the
to
others.
have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knew how to design levels.
And, you know, there was still some talent like that left over for a while. I like just the big guy. But then, yeah, once enough of them left. And look, I like the first Rage. It's got issues, but I kind of like it. But definitely more and more they got into just prioritizing the tech over design. And, yeah, Rage is part of that as well. The mega texture game.
Time to do this again.
I don't know why. That shutter door texture pisses me off, because it's just... Like, I can't in any way discern what it's meant to be. It looks like one of those mods for games where you randomize textures. And it's just, well, this is the texture that's getting repeated here.
Alright, about half health. It's about what we did the first time through. But I'll have to make it work. Also, I think I ran out of ammo for this secondary weapon. But I think it's just done. Okay. I think it's just finito.
Now I understand what he meant by we can't be closer to finding the source of the electrical field. He means we can't get closer.
Yes.
Which, yeah, I guess there's a lot of sentences where it's like, on this, if you think about it, it does technically get the same meaning across, just not in a way that you would say it. Like their use of past tense is really interesting as well. Yeah, no, these are goofy little crab guys to me. Oh yeah, make the generic punch sound effect when they die. Why not?
Look, we bought this CD with 1,000 sound effects on it. We're going to use all of them. We're going to get every penny out of this. Okay, thank God.
I feel like the taser, the effect in the UIs, they saw that like lightning motif on the poster. And they're like, well, we've got to incorporate that in the game. Yeah.
Would have been awesome if this was actually a fully automatic weapon that I didn't have to mash out.
Yeah. Oh. People in chat mentioning Space Raiders, or it is called Space Invaders in some regions.
I can't move,
by
the way.
Some of these corridors, yeah, because your leg's caught, yeah.
I think I ran out of ammo, and that's why I died, because I was trying to shoot with no ammo. I need to switch weapons here, because I need to shoot it to push it back. So it was a horrible time to run out of ammo.
But yeah, some of the gameplay here, comparing the Space Raiders, which is also not a good sign.
Okay, I see what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That's the boss. That's what has the health meter.
Yeah. But yeah, because the lightning's keeping it alive.
What?
Was it because you were shooting? Well,
No,
'cause you can't
because
skip
the buttons
dialogue.
don't advance it. Okay, let's try. Let's break this down. Let's break down these 3 messages.
Okay.
Okay, you
The
know what?
electrical field is cut off. Come back quickly. And then it says, "Perfect, I'm coming." And then it says the same message again. No, okay. Maybe preemptively, but this, I think, now might be the most unfinished console game I've seen.
That makes sense.
I mean, there's probably worse. I know, you got NBA, Elite 13, 11?
No, you're NBA Live 14. I think,
That's
if
it,
I
yeah.
recall correctly, the one that released and then got unreleased.
Yeah.
We wrote about back in the day, and I do have that game. I don't have it as a physical copy, obviously, but I do have a.
Yeah.
We will feature that game in some capacity one of these days.
But at least in terms of playthroughs.
Fuck.
Lost your head there as well.
So I'm losing my head, all right. Yeah, no, I'm All right, so I can't let them get close, but they give me no room to work with. And they just keep spawning enemies in the least convenient spots possible. Whew. Medkit? It's be a good time for it.
Mm-hmm. ...
Is something the matter, Joan?
A bad premonition. Don't let us wait too long. Let's go.
I love how many save slots they give you for this game, by the way. There's not even enough levels in the game to necessitate having this many save slots. You could have a save for every individual level, and you would make it halfway through this list of saves that you have.
So this is all 15 blocks on your memory card. So I guess in theory, if you just wanted one memory card with virus saves on it, you could trick your friend with that, I guess. You board the boat, hoping to find your brother Thomas alive. Your mission? To try and find Thomas and understand the origin of the evil.
Are we ever going to explain the Yakuza? I'm just expecting at this point that we saw the first and last of them in that one level. They were just there for texture, for one level. Oh, he's getting way ahead of us. Oh, he has a health bar though. We gotta babysit him for this level.
Yeah. W32 My Doom asking, how comes this game has both passwords and memory card saves? That did happen in some PlayStation 1 games. It was enough of an era where they would sometimes account for players who might not own a memory card. Sometimes you didn't have a lot of money. That was a luxury. And I can relate. I didn't have a PlayStation 2 memory card for like the first few months I got the console.
At least Sutter's doing well. At least he's in tip-top shape. You think you
And
can
yeah,
shoot these
it's
barrels?
also we get level skip codes for free. So instead of having to like program in a level select, just do it passwords. It's free. It's low rent as fuck, but it's there at least.
Low rent as fuck. This game? No. You take that back. Impossible to get through here. Hoping I just press the button and it opens up immediately.
If only.
Let's go that way. Like it was your idea, asshole.
Yeah.
I'm the one who found this panel.
I don't like this guy.
Possible to get through this way.
He shoots slow, takes credit for all the ideas.
I hate these enemies the most.
Yeah, runs in place.
With this blowtorch, I should not have any more problems with doors. Blowtorching is a big part of the movie, probably the comic
Yeah.
too.
Considering the way this game is, why they even put effort into putting all the piping behind that computer-y thing in here?
Well, because it's a lived-in world, okay? If you were someone who came from, like, you know, the world of boating and is trying to get into this video game thing, and you're like, oh, a video game that takes place partially aboard a boat, and you got to this point and you didn't see those pipes represented, you'd be furious. The game had been so good up until this point. Is this room just completely pointless, by the way? Please say yes.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they ask you to come back later and press those buttons. Yeah, because there's no items to pick up.
Yeah, can't interact with anything in here.
Yeah.
Shot me in the back. Thanks, buddy. I know I can count on you. This is some of the worst shooting, by the way. This like, I figured it out. I understand how they intend for you to play it most of the time. Cover me, Joan.
Holy shit, these little things are...
I think he might be dead. Got it. Let's go. Like, I'm sorry if I'm not funny tonight, but, like, I'm literally in awe of this. I'm literally in disbelief.
Yeah. Some moments speak for themselves.
Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. Medkit, please. The fact that there's no medkits you pick up during the course of the levels is so infuriating. Oh, not again. They're coming from two directions, too. Okay. So obviously I need to get, like, right next to him. I need to know that he's gonna do this. Then to stand right here.
Nah, not that close. I think the best angle is going to be, like, in the corner of the room.
No, this is it.
Oh, I thought those things were going to kill him in the cutscene.
Ah! You can't do this! You can't put this many enemies here when the only spot is your back up against the door and to have me facing the wrong way when I enter this room.
Yeah. Oh, Hi Hen brings up a great point. Thank God for rewinds. Imagine playing this for real. Yeah, it would be just trial and error bullshit.
And then also a whole lot of luck on
Yeah.
top of that. I feel like half my shots aren't hitting. I feel I'm not seeing the blood splatter effect. I'm convinced it's not actually working. This is unfucking believable. This is contemptuous design. Like, you know, Cryo were not the most careful developers. They were not the most considerate. But this is like a bridge beyond. This is like active spite for the player. You can't put this stuff out and have it be this, like, torturous and not have, like, some degree of contempt in your heart for the players in the process. Otherwise, you just wouldn't put this out.
It's that, or I more lie on a lack of care. Just like,
but all it would
you know,
take, not even
not
like
considering...
QA, but just someone playing it once.
Thomas,
Joan,
you're safe. Do you know what is going on?
Well, it all started after an explosion at the stern of the boat. I think that the entity... responsible for all this has hidden in the holds of the boat. I know how to get there. Let's go.
You know, to all the holds? Alright.
It's too late. We can't help him now. Let's get away quickly. We couldn't have more than one guy on screen at the same time. We filled up our quota for useless white boys following you. So.
Oh, he's fucking leading like a Tokyo Gore Police character. Sutter, we hardly knew ye.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh my god. I still have a couple of things to settle. You go on ahead. I'll join you later.
What?
We've only just reunited.
It's got some debts to settle, I guess. Okay, if you say so. Take care.
Ah!
Gotta get my affairs in order before we go to the hold. Yeah, I hope Zara didn't have the rest of the health kits for the game on him.
Yeah, I think he might have.
Yeah, like speaking of just like how rough and unfinished this is, I see the lack of the items and just getting the med kits from cutscenes just being like, we don't have time to program picking up items and dealing with that shit. Exhausted but determined to finish your mission, you go down into the laboratories of the boat, a place that the evil seems to inhabit. Your mission: find the origin of the evil and exterminate it, then find access to the upper deck and leave the boat.
All in a day's work.
What the Yeah, this is on a boat, right? The fuck are these textures?
You know, every boat has the stern, the port, the laboratory. Are we really doing this? Okay, well, at least that works. Oh, I don't have the SMG anymore. They took away the good gun.
Sucked.
I mean, it did suck, mind you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good. Yeah, try and be spooky and scary again. Good read.
I don't have. I don't have time to turn around it.
Yeah.
Wow, what a spooktacular reveal that came out of the boxes that we didn't even get a chance to look at before. Nope.
Yeah. I liked his animation.
Do you think there's more enemies in those boxes that once we kill these guys, they'll spawn another couple of these fuckers? Oh. Well, you know, I'm just gonna take that one from the top.
Yeah.
This is... It's not 1 out of 5, because it has come back around the horseshoe to being this so audacious that I want everyone in the world to play this. To know my pain, admittedly, yes, like that's a big motivator here, but it's art. Games are art. Virus,
okay.
It is art.
I see what you mean. Yeah, because when we did the tier list, it was more about... It was different ranking. Check out that stream where we tiered a bunch of the playthroughs and like specifically the games we covered.
Yeah, I was ranking roughly 120 bad games, which we're due for a follow-up soon.
Yeah. I am personally aware of a couple of challenge runners doing PlayStation 1 as well. They're gonna have some real fucking fun times when they get to this on real hardware.
I pulled it off. Oh, they keep spawning enemies, though. Yeah, I used the quick turn to my advantage.
Oh, okay. I was a bit confused why you mentioned them spawning out crates, and I realized for like a frame or two you do see the crates they spawn out of. I just didn't even notice them the first time because it was so quick.
No way to avoid that damage.
Yeah. At least it seems like a very short game.
You can sort of circle strafe. I'm just now discovering this. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, while you can't move up and down, if you are locked onto something, you can hold, like, diagonal, and it will kind of, sort of, weave you. But if you let go, if your finger slips at all, you just stop dead in your tracks. If it leans more towards up or down than left or right, it just stops you completely. This is unreal.
I'm starting to wonder. It's weird to say for a company that put us so many games, but we're getting to like outsider art territory. Of just like they had not played any other third-person shooter, including the ones they made before. Which I forget who it was, but someone earlier in chat did confirm that some of the programmers who worked on Pax Corpus did work on this too.
Not fucking surprised. I think it's gonna keep infinitely spawning those enemies.
Oh.
Behind.
There's a danger symbol on the wall. I forget which one it is. It's not the radiation symbol, it's the curly one. Yeah, this one.
Biohazard.
Ah. Okay, this one's kind of good. Oh, it's one of those run away towards the camera segments you love so much.
But it was so poorly telegraphed and so brief as to be completely useless, which is, you know, makes it one of the best one of those I've had to deal with. Well, that's a corrupted panel, so I bet if I walk forward, I'm going to get crushed to death.
Yeah.
Cool. Bringing back a mechanic from the first level.
It'd be nice if Sutter had said the corrupted panels kill you instead of just shouting it's corrupted and shooting it. Of course.
So, just a double count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we had the SMG. That was 5. The previous pistol was 6. 6 weapons in the game. That is way less than 9 that was promised.
Well, the game's not over yet.
Who's that guy?
Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Hey, don't remind me that we're still here. I've been doing my best to disassociate from this completely, and he has brought me back to reality.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be behind me.
Are you even hitting him?
No, I think he might be invincible.
Ah, it's like those bits in Dead Space with the regenerators.
Oh, somehow dodged that.
Yeah. Thank fuck you did.
Good God! The frames.
Just a reminder, we're on a boat, by the way. You know, for claiming they couldn't have made a game set entirely on a boat, they don't really care, like, that this is meant to look like a boat or not, so they easily could have. So, is the strategy here that you have to lure it into the flames, or are these just for fun?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's that. The frame rate is impeccable. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm taking the stage from the top. Let's play it on its own terms, knowing the trials and tribulations that we have to face to get to that point. I can relate to the person screaming on the soundtrack at this point. That's me. I'm right there with you, bud. They're really not going to explain the Yakuza, are they? They're really there's this things
Yeah.
happen in this game.
Yeah, unless the final cuts, like the pre-rendered cutscene, does.
And by the way, here's everything that happened in the game explained. Right? Fuck, I forgot about these things.
Yeah, it'll end like Resident Evil Degeneration, the movie. Leon will show up and he'll just explain everything to a lady in a dress.
All right. I could do better than that. I managed to avoid taking damage the first time through. I guess don't try... Yeah, okay, there we go. That's the trick. Is turn around, then start running backwards. And they will detonate prematurely. And shock him. I accept that I'm going to take a little bit of damage in this room. Not that much damage.
Yeah.
Most scuffed fucking circle strafing I've ever had in a video game here. Is he restoring their health? Is that what the electricity's meant to denote here?
Yeah, probably. Well, he's gone. There you go.
It sucks when you get good at controlling a stupid game. When you get when you're starting to figure out the ins and outs of. That's it. I don't know how to. There we go. Just catching it just the right time.
Yeah. Also get into that serious Sam style gameplay where you're just backing up the whole time.
This is such a tricky scenario. This room sucks. This is the worst room in the game, maybe. This or the mine room. This or the room where just inexplicably I took damage for no fucking reason. Both equally contemptuous. What combination of buttons do I need to press to go the way I want to go here? There we go.
That's one. The auto aim seems generous enough though, like sometimes doing this you do hit them, even though it's like a 90-degree curving shot. Woo! Nice.
Right. They're going to spawn those enemies behind us. And I can just ignore them. You know, let's get killed. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, so that's what was happening. It was a thing.
Yeah, it just running, normally it was... You don't get to see it. You don't get to see if you just keep running. You get such a tiny glimpse of it. I guess they thought players would be so startled that they would stop in their tracks to look at it. Oh, wait. Look at the wall to your right. You see a problem with this texture?
Oh, you don't say! We've entered the mirror universe. Unfucking real.
Trying to say no, that's just French.
Oui, oui. You know that level spelled backwards is still level?
Yeah. I feel like that was their level of thinking, and then someone didn't tell them, well, no, next is not next backwards.
Louise PC asked, so is this boat Chinese or Russian? Did we figure it out?
Well, Thomas works on it, apparently. It has a giant fucking futuristic lab hidden on it.
Cool. Great.
I mean, that's the thing. I have to keep reminding us. We are still in the boat, apparently.
So that's just a timing puzzle. I wonder if I can crush the guy following us. I wonder if that's the mechanic. No, but just stays shut when we get past it. Okay.
I am more and more convinced on that idea that this was a completely different game. Like, someone said, yeah, can you make it tie into this movie somehow? They're like, okay, sure, we'll say these enemies are the villains from the film, and we'll make a boat level.
Oh, I got hit by all those shots. Got to use strafe. Strafe is the only way to get out of their,
Yeah. Oh, and the fire thing can hurt you too.
Yes, I figured that much. I didn't expect him to change direction. Ooh, then that thing ran out of flame before. There we go. At least the health drains super quick on him.
Quicker, not as quick as I was hoping for, but that's more.
Eat your heart out, Metal Gear 2, big boss fight.
Yeah. Also, just how inconsistent getting these flames to come out is, I'm noticing. Like, sometimes you're shooting these things. I guess they only come out specific sides, but it doesn't. It's inconsistent.
Oh, I'm getting burnt. Didn't realize I blew up the one in front of me.
Yeah, because the auto targeting is so
wonderful.
Yeah.
Come on, burn, baby, burn. This would almost be an interesting idea for a boss fight if this wasn't the least finished game ever made.
Yeah.
It wasn't held together with scotch tape in a nightmare. Not even duct tape in a dream.
Yeah. Oh, so close.
Yeah, no, I can't go
I
that
don't
way.
think he could go that way, yeah.
Laundry's done.
I had the most startled, frozen expression on my face for that whole sound effect. Yeah, but yeah, level just finished and survived though. The mission thing did say you did have to get off the boat as well. What?
Huh?
Oh, fuck you.
Cheeky.
That's...
Look, I can stand slightly to the right here, and...
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. That shows them trying for something. That the enemy came back one last time and then got stuck on the door in that little fight. Like someone, at least one person on the dev team was like, I've got some neat ideas. I'll put it in this, whatever the fuck this is, game.
At last, there you are. I was beginning to worry. Everything's
fine.
Sorry, I stepped over your line. Go ahead.
That's right. Everything's fine. Let's go quickly.
There are steps behind the packing cases leading to the upper deck. Let's go! Uh-huh. Steps, you say?
Wow, these CG models look nothing like the characters. Yeah, just speed the cutscene up. I'm sure it'll look just as good.
That's what we look like?
Why, Cass? Why'd you ask to see her face?
Wow, she's beautiful.
Yeah, Mother Earth.
Dino Gem Award.
Oh my fucking god!
This is a present from me to you.
Words fail me. I am fucking speechless. Voices? There are no fucking voices in the game. That's just Carolyn Rogers.
No, there's the screams. I like they were under special thanks, by the way, the voices. Special thanks worked on the game.
So is there a New Game Plus? Is there a... Well... Unfucking believable. I wasn't expecting this going into tonight. I knew it was going to be bad, but that was transcendent. We should probably, that is the game.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing else to it.
Short and...
Sour.
Yeah. No, I kind of like sour, so not even.
So...
Yeah, play it again.
Thoughts?
Thoughts. Yeah, this is the most unfinished release game that I have been part of in the Bad Game Hall of Fame so far. This, I don't know what this game was ever supposed to be. Like, it reminds me so much of Malice, where it's just like, oh yeah, these are just random cobbled together levels that were supposed to flow a different way. That someone at some point has said, okay, these are the levels, I'm gonna put them in this order. That's it. We got a ship. It's weird that you can see some improvements with the controls. Obviously, it's such a simpler game compared to
Pax
some of the
Corpus.
more...
Yeah,
the more ambitious control and mechanics of Pax Corpus was going for. But even that, they still fucked up with how the strafing and having, like, the other stuff. But then, like, there is weird effort in places. Like, some of the environmental rendering, like, trying to do little set-piece sections where, like, they'll cut to specific angles. They had the bit where you could take cover briefly. You fought off, like, the wave of enemies when you had your team with you. That little bit at the end where the guy would come back through the door. Like, there are, like, weird little touches where they were really trying. Or at least, like, one person on the team was really trying. But whatever this game was supposed to be is not what this game is. Like, it's just so obvious that this got scrapped probably halfway through. They're like, nope, you're done. whatever you got, ship it. Yeah. Like, I'm shocked that they even put this out. Like, it's so unfinished, I feel like this would have harmed your reputation.
Reputation,
but, they managed to
annihilating, yes.
Yeah, but they managed to keep going after this. I'd be curious if there are any reviews that looked at this and thought, like, this game's not even done.
I'd have to go through those reviews. Like, none of them mentioned that I saw. I didn't see the word unfinished, but that's the most apt word to describe this.
It screams it to me. It's like, even more so than Malice.
Is that your thoughts, more or less?
Yeah, just the scream at the end to wrap things up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still at a loss for words on this one. Truly wild, truly unfinished. Okay, so coming from Pax Corpus, which was definitely clunkier somehow, despite everything here, but had maybe a few too many controls, expected a bit too much of a player between its, like, really bad platforming and mixed with the really bad combat and then the really bad puzzle solving elements to it. The way the inventory works in that game. where you're picking up like power-ups and they disappear when you die, and it was trying a bunch of different stuff against the wall, and none of it quite stuck. So clearly, if this is like the same team, if this is like the Cryo action division, let's call it, because they had their adventure games and they had their action games, and they had some strategy games peppered in there as well, and probably some other genres that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head right now. So they have their action team, right? And that game's in the rearview mirror. There's lessons I'm sure they learned from it. And the big takeaway that they seem to have is, let's strip it down. Let's get to the bare essentials here. Let's get it down to the basic. Let's whittle it down to just a core action game and see how that hangs. And in the process, they also like cut down everything else about the game down to size. They also whittled everything down to the bone, to the point where it just snaps in half the second it tries to support its own weight. And in terms of horror, they pay sort of lip service to the idea of this being a horror game, almost in the same way that Virus the movie is almost kind of a horror movie. It leans more into the action schlock than anything, for the moments where it is like action schlock. It's not a particularly scary movie. In the same way this isn't a particularly scary game. Even if this game worked as intended, it wouldn't necessarily be scary. It's just not like built in that way. It is more just a theme. It is more just a feeling that they're trying to evoke to add a little bit of texture to the action, and to have the excuse of enemies that are popping up spontaneously. Except that also like the human enemies pop out of nowhere spontaneously. In that one level with the Yakuza, who are just completely unexplained. Who, at this point, I can only just look at as they just wanted to be racist. They just wanted to put enemies with yellow skin in the game. They just wanted their excuse to be like, yeah, machines are bad, but you know who else is a monster? Asians. And it's just like, thanks, Cryo. Thanks, guys. Oh, the French.
Yeah, who knows what's going on with that? Can't rule that out. But that, like, from a more just overall design aspect, that's the part that just screams to me. Either this started out as a different game and had to be, whittled down into this, or it was going to be a bigger game still tied in to Virus and then whittled down. But yeah, like any of the stuff that says like, oh yeah, this is based on or in conjunction with the film, I feel like you can't say that.
It's disingenuous to say that, yes.
Yeah.
It's funny. We talked about Liz Crimson brings up Faust and Ring, which are two other Cryo games. The Ring, not to be confused with the Ring Terror's Realm, which I'm going to bring up right here as a point of comparison.
Ooh, yeah.
Seeing as the Ring Terror's Realm, which I famously and take all credit in the universe in perpetuity for discovering, for theorizing, and basically confirming that game started off as a completely different game, got the Ring IP slapped on it at the last minute, and they had to reconfigure and insert things that are vaguely Ring adjacent. They had to take what they had and make it retroactively fit the Sadako and Ringu universe.
Yeah.
So that could very well be the case here. I mean, at the same time, I'm almost willing to believe that this started off as maybe like their idea was, maybe they didn't have any reference or point of reference for the film, right? Maybe the alternative is that this starts production, they don't get any sort of like dailies or any indication of what's happening on the film set, and so their thought process is, let's make a spiritual successor to the comic book. Let's make a follow-up to the comics, and that continues. Maybe that Thomas character is like a character in the comic, and so that is the continuity. They wanted to have, something like, maybe they really did believe that having the entire game set on the boat would not have worked out. That maybe they genuinely believe that they were doing something unique here by having it take place across two different locations. It's all, there's no answers here. I'm just speculating. I don't even have anywhere where that train of thought can go. I'm literally just openly speculating. I'm just putting words out there and then seeing like, does this make any sort of sense? Does this work as an explanation? There's really no way to explain away like just how poor this is, though. I mean,
yeah, I'll definitely say this is a game I would love to know more behind the scenes stuff about, because something obviously went wrong here.
Horribly
with
wrong.
Almost all bad games, like the developers know when something's turning out shit, but this screams of just there were grander ideas, and again, potentially that this was not even meant to be tied into this movie. Like I said, it's I couldn't say either way, but it feels like it could be potentially that, or just it was a grander game that just got scaled down. But
Or
was
maybe
still
it was
supposed
just
to be
phoned in from the start.
virus.
Maybe it's like I said at the top of the show, maybe this is one of those games that they just phoned in from beginning to end, that they had no expectation or hope for, fucking fulfill a contractual obligation to do a licensed game and also to release this many SKUs in Europe in the
Yeah.
course of a fiscal. And,
I
you
could
know,
see
who
that-
gives a shit whether it's good or bad or not?
Yeah. Could see that being true with the other things as well. Like, it was started out like that, and then they phoned it in when they were like, oh, whatever. That's the point.
And, like,
I know.
let me ask this. With what we have here, with the game presented to us, is there any way to salvage this? Is there any way to armchair game design this into, like, a semi-functional product? There's no turning this into, like, a 5 out of 5 classic. There's no, like, you know, ambitious game here that, you know, if it was just for a little bit more time and a little bit more tweaking, but can we get this up to, like, functional? Is there a way to revamp the controls, to completely change the way the weapon and item economy works, to have a
with the
second pass with the
controls-
script?
Yeah. The controls, I think the fix there is you make it like PlayStation 1 first-person shooter style, where you can strafe with L1, R1, and then if you want to circle strafe, that's holding L1 and then one of the directions on the D-pad. That would be the fix I would do for the controls. And probably at the minimum would be getting rid of any of the gameplay sequences with the camera cuts, because I think trying to retool the game to be all fixed or static cameras is way more work.
Yes.
I feel like outside of maybe the chase bit, like none of them really justified using the fixed camera angle. I guess the bit where you're shooting with the rescued people, that kind of counts, but that's the only time where the camera angle really makes sense. But no, like, I feel like this is so unfinished that it's just like, you know, this is halfway through production to me. Like, again, it was a common sentiment in the chat. Like, people thought this looked like a pre-alpha thing that you would have found reading about on the Unseen 64 back in the day. Like, oh yeah, here's this interesting game that could have been something. Like, that's
It
what
could have been a
this is
video
to me.
game. It fell a little short of
Yeah.
that mark, but we'll put it out on the market anyway and ask people to pay £40 for it. That was what it retailed for, by the way, was £40 for this game.
Oh, jeez, yeah. And for so little content as well.
For 7 levels and no incentive to replay, no extra. I think someone in chat, I'd have to scroll up. Someone said, like, you know, there should be a mercenaries mode in this game or something. Someone said something like that. You know, there's some mode where it's just like wave-based survival. They spawn enemies in at you. You know, maybe if they had like more than 3 guns, functionally 2 guns, functionally 1 gun, functionally 1 gun, and then the taser, and then the stun grenade. Because all those pistols and submachine gun are all just interchangeable. They all just have different capacities, different magazine capacities. I'm not convinced they do different amounts of damage. A shotgun would have been nice. Rocket launcher. A functional machine gun that actually has automatic fire instead of mashing the button out. Any number of weapons you could insert there. And, you know, just have it so that you're picking up ammo, you're picking up clipazines as you go through the level, so you're encouraged to explore the space rather than just having it be all completely on a track. Jodereal says they don't even have a shotgun. You know what's fucked up? There's one of the characters, that guy we met in the Protect the Hostages sequence where we were ducking behind cover, he had a shotgun. They modeled a shotgun for this game and didn't give it to you. Because maybe they didn't know how to program a shotgun. Who's to say?
So they definitely were going for the gimmick where because you mentioned about the dual wielding. Essentially, is kind of dual wielding. Just
one
they
for each
animated
hand.
it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they end up not animating it that way because the shots still come out the gun hand.
Also, no reload
feels
animations, which is a pretty low fucking rent.
But I feel like that's what they were trying to go for. So you would have had to have done like a one-handed sawn off kind of.
Which they could have done.
Shotgun.
What's to stop him from doing that? I guess, the idea of having to put any more work or effort into this game, the idea of having to do, like, imagine, like, testing this game. Imagine getting so sick of this game and you're the one working on it. Imagine you're a programmer and QA and you're like, God, who keeps making this shit? Oh, yeah, I am. Who's responsible for this piece of garbage? Oh, wait, that's my name in the credits. I am aware. Yeah, there's no fixing this. Yeah, no, the long and short is there's no fixing this. But also, everyone owes it to themselves to try this game, to make an attempt to play it. Or just watch this playthrough. Who's to say?
It's the Rodney Dangerfield quote. Oh, put her back. She's not done.
But, I feel like we've grown. I feel like having gone out the other end of this, come out the other side of it, I think, like, we're going to have to recalibrate our standards again. I think this is one of those, like, tier-defining games that is so close to being just, like, an unfinished product, an unreleasable product. And yet, here it was for our gaming pleasure. And we got through it. We did get through it with the power of cheating, which is about the only way I can imagine getting through this. Patience-wise, at the very least. But, God. There's so little to say about this. I mean, there's so much to say, but I have so little that it's a masterpiece. It's a 4 out of 5 in terms of enjoyment. It brought me such joy. I'm so flabbergasted. Any game that can get this reaction out of me, that can give me genuine pause, has to count for something. It's like, in terms of, like, playability, it's a 1. It border on a 0. It's bordering on 0, but in terms of just, like, the laughs per minute, in terms of the audaciousness, in terms of, it's one of those games where if you're an aspiring game designer, you owe it to yourself to play this game to see what not to do. It's that kind of game. It recontextualizes games that we've played previously, like Pax Corpus and Danger Girl, and bumps them up a point on our rating scales retroactively. I'll never forget Virus It Is Aware. I'm going to remember this game for the rest of my life.
You are now aware of Virus It Is Aware.
And on that note, on that chilling note, on that chilling bit of commentary, I must say, folks, thank you for tuning in to this, our playthrough of Virus It Is Aware. Thank you for suffering alongside us. Thank you for being aware of us, of the Bad Game Hall of Fame, for tuning in tonight live or on YouTube, wherever you choose to consume our content. We hope you'll consider watching future content of ours if this happens to be your first time. Like this coming Saturday, May 23rd, where we have a big pending on the schedule. I decided that I don't want to do Fight Night on Saturday, so we're gonna have to figure out something in the interim between now and Saturday. It's always something on the Bad Game Hall of Fame.
Yeah, definitely be something.
So tune in for that, whatever that might be. Maybe a theme night. Maybe I'll figure out a theme night. You can join us Monday, May 25th, for Casual Mondays, a show where we play not-so-bad games, shoot the shit a little more casually, so on, so forth. VODs for that one don't go up on the YouTube front. They go up on the Patreon and for our financial backers, but we'll get to them in just a little bit, how you can gain access to those archives. Tuesday, May 26th, in commemoration and celebration of the new IO Interactive James Bond game coming out, we'll be playing 007 Racing for the PS1. God help us. Maybe one of the worst driving games of all time, certainly rated that way. We'll be the judge. We'll give it its due process, so on and so forth. Thursday, May 28th. I'm also going to say that's pending. We'll probably, before settling on another Patreon poll, before getting another one of those up for people to vote on, since this was a patron-voted playthrough, maybe we'll just pick like another one off. We'll think of something, and then we'll approach Thursday with caution. We'll figure it out. You'll know. especially if you're over on the Discord. Which, speaking of, hey, if you like what you saw here tonight, consider joining us on Discord. Why don't you? That's discord.gg/BGHOF, a community of connoisseurs. Talk good games, bad games, every game between, things that aren't games. Join our Bad Game Club, where every month we pick out a new bad game for folk in the community to play and commiserate over. Johnny, what are folk playing this month?
Yes, this month we are playing another classic of PlayStation, Pon the Next Level. The reinvention of Pon every which way possible, and even impossible. Also impossible to beat, I think, based on playing it. But prove me wrong, if you got the guts.
Thank you kindly. And if that game doesn't strike your fancy, just wait a month. It's always a new bad game being played in the Bad Game Club every month. There'll be something new come the turn of June, I believe, if I have my months in order. And hey, if you really like what you saw here tonight, you might consider financially supporting us, subscribing on Twitch, pledging on Patreon, becoming a member on YouTube, any or all of the above. We'll grant you access on the Discord server to a Patreon Saints channel wherein you can vote in polls, the likes of which determine that we play Virus It Is Aware tonight. Make suggestions to help steer the direction of the show, gain access to exclusive content, primarily at this current juncture, over 150 hours of exclusive VODs, courtesy of our Casual Mondays archive. But we are working on further offerings, on fleshing that value proposition out. And, you know, perhaps the best perk of all is just knowing that you're keeping us in bad games, that you're keeping the lights on here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame Enterprise, that you'll continue our torture, that you'll continue to steer our ship in the direction of complete shit, like Virus It Is Aware, and whatever sick satisfaction you might get from that, I suppose, whatever schadenfreude or what have you. And we do thank you. We do genuinely thank those of you who see fit to enable our bad game habit here. It's a bad habit to have, but it's the one we're afflicted with. If you can't financially support us, we completely understand. If you're still looking for a way to support the show that is free, you might consider going over to our YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/@BadGameHallOfFame, where we happen to have a suggested viewing playlist. This is 20 handpicked episodes that we think make for some of the best onboarding onto this here show of ours, fit to share with folk you know who might go for video game stream archives in the 3 to 4 hour range, or 2.5 hours, as the case may be tonight. Or maybe you know Jamie Lee Curtis. I hear she's a gamer. Borderlands, a passion project for her. You know, she might be down on having starred in Virus the movie, but if she knew what the game looked like, she might look more favorably upon the movie that she worked on. She might be like, well, that movie was the pits, but this game... We leave it to your discretion, dear viewer, what in who you choose to share it with. We leave it to your discretion. We, again, thank you for your consideration. And let's see about sending folk the way. Someone else who's up to playing games right now. Well, Sasquatchulus is playing Disney PS2 games right now, and I'm sure those are all gold. I'm sure you won't see any bad games over there. So, proper palate cleanse. I see Steve Jobs on screen.
Yeah.
In the preview window, and I'm wondering... Pixar, that's right. Anyhow, let him know the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you. Let her know. Let her know that you are aware, etc. Yeah. And that will do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. That will do it for Virus It Is Aware. I have been Castaway Cassidy.
I don't have anything for this one.
No, it's a.
I'm unawares, Johnny Baghead.
Good enough is forever changed. Forever, my lives have been forever changed. Catch all you folk later on down the road. Don't let the virus take over. Don't let the machines into your home. Become a Luddite. Become a hermit. It's the only way to be. Bye for now, folks.
Toodles!